Hello everyone, I am Ramil Khalili and this is SQL Window Function Simplified Part 2. Today we'll learn lag and lead. So what is lag and lead? Lag and lead are window functions. What lag does? Lag, and its syntax is like this, lag over. So we want to fetch the data from the previous row, but according to what we will specify here. Let's say I want to order by salary from highest to lowest and then bring the name of employee from the previous row, but it will not make sense in practice. We can give another example. Would rather order by, let's say, date. Okay, it will make more sense. We order by date from my latest to oldest. Okay, and we bring the value, let's say revenue, from the previous date, or I would rather say here year. It would make more sense. Okay, we order from year. Let's say we have 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, and the real revenue here was, let's say, 10k. Here it was 20k. Here it was 30k, let's say, to make it more simple, and in 2004 it was 40k. But I want to bring the previous one, okay, or order by year from 2001 to 2004 and bring the revenue, okay, so this is the year, this is the revenue, this is the revenue. Okay, now rev previous. Okay, what rev previous will be? In 2001 we don't have previous row, so it will be null value. But for the second one it will be 10k. Here for the third row it will be 20k, and here it will be 30k. So 40k is gone, obviously, for obvious reason. And for 2001 we have null because we don't have a previous row, and we don't have any row here to bring the 40k. So it's it'll be like that. So here we can actually calculate a lot of things. Okay, we can calculate the difference between current revenue and the revenue from the previous year, and it'll be, for example, 20k minus 10k, and it'll not be lag, it'll be revenue minus lag, and over order by year. And we can simply here it'll obviously be null. Actually, yeah, because the previous row is null, so it'll be null. Here it'll be 20k minus 10k, the difference between this year's sales minus the previous year's. It'll be 30k minus 20k, again 10k, and 40k minus 30k, again 10k. So we can do a lot of useful things with lag and lead, and lead is just the opposite. Lead does the opposite. Okay, it calculates and it fetches the data from the not previous row but the next row. So here it will be 20k, here it will be 30k, here it will be 40k, and here it will be null because we don't have any following row to bring any data from, so it's null here. So this is the lead and lag. So we have to understand the difference between what we write here and what we write here. This is for ordering, because you have to give an order, because in table we have an order. Okay, if you want lead lag, okay, bring the value from the previous row. I mean, what do you mean by previous row? Okay, what kind, what is the order of the table anyways? Okay, we have to specify order by year, please. Okay, we can give ascending, we can have descending. Here it's obviously ascending from 2001 to 2004, and we say that with lead, please bring, okay, go to the year, row by row, bring the value from the revenue table, I'm sorry, revenue column, from revenue column, and from the next row. Okay, this is the next row. Okay, it comes here to this row, and I say go to the next row and column revenue. It's obviously here 20k, and write it here. And for this one, again, go to the next row to the revenue column, 30k, write it here. And go to the this row, for this row, again, go to the next row for the revenue column, bring it and write it here. And here obviously I say go to the next row. We don't have next row, so it'll be null, and the same logic works for lag as well. Let's give a real life example from employees. Select all from employees. So this is our table. So this is our table. Okay, we'll work with this. So I want, okay, then let's order by salary. Okay, I ordered by salary. Obviously it's ascending by default, so it's ascending, okay, from highest to lowest. And I want to find the difference between current employee's salary and the employee coming before that. Obviously it's not logical here, it has no any kind of inherent meaning here, but just for learning we can do that. So let's go. Select employee ID, first name, last name, and salary, the current salary, minus the salary from the previous row. Okay, previous row meaning lag, previous row, what salary, we fetch the salary, and over order by what. Okay, I will write it like that to make it more neat. So order by what, order by just employee ID here. It will not make sense again, but let's go with that, order by employee ID. So the order will be the same as in the table. Actually not in the table. In the table we can see that it's currently not good, but in the original table it was from 100 to 260, so you know it was in order, so it'll be in that order. From where? From employees, obviously. When we fetch it, as we can see, we have the ranking. Obviously we have to name it as R, let's say, and that's it. So we have for the first row, as expected, it's null because we don't have a previous row, but for each row we find the difference between the current salary and the previous salary. Let's type out salary as well to see the difference. As you can see, 24,000 minus null, we don't have previous row, it's null. 17,000 minus 24,000 is minus 7,000. These salaries are the same, so the difference is 0. So it has many good useful implications in real life with time series data. Obviously we don't have HR data set. In HR schema we don't have any useful data series or any any table that has any date logic or something. So I could not show you a real example, but here's the explanation, here's how it works, and we can really, I also showed you with the year example that how we can apply it in real life. So thank you for your attention. See you later, guys.